What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. It's your boy Kangaroo Black coming back once again to talk about my Alabama Crimson Tide in the latest Alabama football news. And when I say latest, I'm just talking about Alabama football news from the past week. So we're going to go ahead and get off into it because guess what? I know it's the off season, but it's still busy with my Alabama Crimson Tide football program. All right, because for Alabama there is no off season, just to put that out there. But we're gonna start out with the latest news, which came out basically Friday night. Ryan Grubb decided that he wants to leave my Alabama Crimson Tide and go back out west and be the offensive coordinator for the Seattle Seahawks. And this is the day after that he stood in front of the Red Elephant Club and told them that he is their next offensive coordinator. Don't know what happened from that time to the time he came out that he would be leaving Alabama. Maybe Seattle offer him a nice contract. Hey, so he decided to leave, which a lot of us would have done. All right, there's a lot of Alabama fans that's feeling some type of way about this. On Twitter, there's a lot of negative comments being aimed toward Ryan Grubb, but he only did what a lot of us would do. Okay, that's just the way it works, man. But I gotta say, I said it yesterday, we got 3 other guys on this Alabama offensive staff that can call plays, and one of them is head coach Ryan Grubb. Not Ryan Grubb, but head coach Kalen DeBoer, because Kalen DeBoer has been an offensive coordinator at several places, and every place he went as an offense coordinator, he improved the offense. He left the offense better when he left than when he got there at every place. We also got Nick Sheridan, tight end coach. He done been an offensive coordinator at Indiana. Also, we got Jamarcus Shepard, who was a co-offensive coordinator at Purdue. He's our wide receiver coach now. Remember now, this guy was coaching 2 1,000-yard receivers last season at Washington. So, hey, we got guys who can step in the offense coordinator role and call plays. And if Kalen DeBoer decides he want to call plays, it's all good. Because guess what? That is Kalen DeBoer's offense. Putting it out there. All right? So, it is what it is. The only issue is he took our offensive line coach, Scott Huff, with him. The thing is, Scott Huff is one of the best offensive line coach in the damn country. He had the best offensive line in the country last season. So, gonna have to go outside to find an offensive line coach. But hey, we got to have faith in Coach Kalen DeBoer. So hey, it's all good. AD Greg Burns say, hey, they was preparing for this. They was prepared for this. They had a contingency plan because they felt like this could happen. And remember, Ryan Grubb was never officially announced as Alabama's offensive coordinator. So a lot of people saying they was just trying to wait until the transfer portal window was closed for Alabama to announce it. I don't know. But all I do know is Ryan Grubb won't be the offensive coordinator for my Alabama Crimson Tide. And that is fine with me because guess what? It should come as no surprise. It is what it is. But anyway, that's really the last big news that happened. But on the bright side, former Alabama linebacker, edge rusher Will Anderson won Defensive Rookie of the Year, representing my Alabama Crimson Tide in the NFL. All right, y'all know he with the Houston Texans doing his thing. He finished with 45 total tackles last season, 29 solo, and 7 sacks, which earned him that great honor. Also, Malachi Moore got an award, even though he was out last season. So, hey, it's all good. And another thing about Malachi Moore, Alabama signed his younger brother, Aiden Moore, as a defensive back. Well, defensive back Aiden Moore. Alabama signed him as a walk-on to the 2024 class. This guy accounted for 85 total tackles, 9 tackles for loss, 8 sacks in his senior season at Hewitt-Trussville High School. Now, he's a walk-on. He may have to start out on the scout team, but hey, it is what it is. That's what Levi Wallace started out at. Remember, Levi Wallace was a cornerback for us on that 2016 defense. One of the best defense Alabama done had. I mean, that defense was number 1 in everything. Takeaways also. I think they was number 1 in scoring. So, hey, I believe they had like 16 interceptions that season. That defense was hell. And yes, Levi Wallace, as a walk-on, worked his way up to become a starter and got drafted in the NFL to the Buffalo Bills. He's not with the Bills no more. He was with the Bills about 4 seasons, 4 or 5. But he's doing his thing now. He's still doing his thing in the NFL. He came in as a walk-on. But anyway, undersized and everything. So, hey, it can be done. But congratulations to Aiden Moore. Just come in, ready to work, and we're glad to have you on the team. Also, my Alabama Crimson Tide signed another kicker. Go by the name of Anderson Green. He was the last official signee to the Alabama 2024 recruiting class out of Northridge High School. All right. When he was in high school, he served as the kicker and the punter in 2023. He averaged 45.8 yards a punt and 4.42 hang time. All right. He committed under Nick Saban. And even when Nick Saban retired, he stayed with his commitment. And he was the last one to sign. So to these 2 young men, good luck. And we're glad to have you, Anderson Green and Aiden Moore. Yes, sir. All day, every day. Something else that happened this week. Former Alabama defensive back Justin Woodall worked out with members of the Crimson Tide secondary this past week. All right. Justin Woodall, he played with the Tide from 2006 to 2009. And currently he's recognized as one of the top defensive back trainers right now. Well, to work with defensive back. It says he is now recognized as one of the top defensive back trainers with experience training some of the top defensive backs in college football as a high school prospect. He he trained in high school Malachi Moore, Kool-Aid McKinstry, and Jalen Mbakwe. You know Jalen Mbakwe. He signed with Alabama 2024 class. One of the best high school defensive backs coming out of high school. He is a 5-star. So hey, it is what it is. And he helped recruit Ryan Williams once he decommitted. But anyway, played against Ryan Williams in the this past Alabama high school playoff. Yes, they did in this state championship game. But anyway, but yeah, he trained Malachi Moore, Kool-Aid McKinstry, Jalen Mbakwe. And Malachi Moore, he was part of the people working out with part of the secondary working out with Justin Woodard this past weekend, along with Peyton Woodyard, Xavier Brown, Branson Hubbard, Rodarius Morgan. It was some more with them. It was 10 guys total who was working out with Justin Woodall. So these guys, they putting in work. Like I said, ain't no off season. These guys feel like they got a point to prove, and they trying their best to prove that point. So hey, it is what it is, baby. Why everybody else relaxing during the off season or working out occasionally, our boys, they grinding. And that daggone Justice Hayes, he really grinding. But anyway, moving on. Another thing that happened is Saban, former Alabama head coach, the greatest college football coach of all time, Nick Saban, joined ESPN Gameday. But I can't wait to see him on game day. I can't wait to see his picks. Do y'all think he ever gonna pick against Alabama? I mean, yeah, you on them shows, you don't supposed to be biased, but I think Nick Saban gonna be a little biased, and I think it's gonna become a time where he's gonna pick against Alabama. But we'll see. But the best thing about Nick Saban joining game day is that David Pollack, they fired his punk ass from game day, and now Nick Saban on there. Yes, sir. Ever since that damn David Pollack said that dumb ass shit to Nick Saban about his former college football team was the standard in college football, and Kirby Smart was the best coach in college football, Nick Saban had it out for his ass. Nick Saban had it out for his ass. So take a look. I seen this on my homeboy Rags and Fitness page. He did a short or community or something. Anyway, but on his community page or something. But anyway, let's take a look at what happened concerning David Pollack when he said that dumb shit to my former head coach, the greatest coach of all time, when he said it to his face. What David Pollack at now? I can tell you, David Pollack, he got fired from ESPN Game Day, or ESPN altogether. They fired his ass. Then what happened? Alabama beat Georgia. I almost said beat the hell out of them, but I'm gonna lay off y'all on this one. But Alabama beat his Georgia Bulldogs, the Georgia Bulldogs that he said was the standard in college football. Beat the coach that he said was the best coach in college football. He might be the best coach now since Nick Saban don't retire, but that's yet to be seen. Okay? But anyway, that happened. Beat Georgia. Not only did my Alabama Crimson Tide beat them for another SEC championship. Another offer for the Georgia Bulldogs against my Alabama Crimson Tide in the SEC championship. 0-4. 0-4 against Alabama in the SEC championship games. And what else did Alabama do in that win? They stopped them Georgia Bulldogs, David Pollack's Georgia Bulldogs, from going to the playoff. What else did they do? They ended his Georgia Bulldogs 29-game win streak. What else did they do? They stopped them Georgia Bulldogs from having a chance to a three-peat. What else did they do? They shut the mouth of every Georgia Bulldog fan who was talking about a three-peat. My Alabama Crimson Tide brought that shit to a halt. That's what happened. So David Pollack brought it all on himself. And then, lo and behold, the great one, Nick Saban, is on ESPN Game Day. Fired David Pollack, hired Nick Saban. Oh my goodness. But hey, congratulations to Nick Saban on his new journey. But Nick Saban is still going to be available for Kalen DeBoer, these Alabama Crimson Tide players. Everybody, baby. Everybody. Even going to be available for daggone, what's his name? Our daggone, Kane Womack. He also going to be available for him. So it is what it is. But hey, congratulations to Nick Saban, man. I just thought I'd throw that out there because it did happen. But let's keep it moving. My Alabama Crimson Tide signed 3 more guys on National Signing Day. Finished the recruiting cycle with the number 2 recruiting class. Okay, so did good in recruiting. You know, they said that the NIL and the transfer portal will be the end of Alabama. Nah, ain't happening, baby. It's going to take a lot more than that It's going to take a lot more than that. They saying that Nick Saban leave going to be the end of Alabama. It is what it is. You guys got to wait and see on that. But I doubt that too. So let these haters say what they want to say while we keep on putting in that work and proving them fools wrong. But they ain't going to stop. It is that way. But anyway, we signed 5-star wide receiver Ryan Williams, 4-star edge rusher Noah Cord, and 3-star linebacker Quentin Reese. So those are the 3 guys we signed last week on National Signing Day. All right. But anyway, hey, it just keeps getting better for my Alabama Crimson Tide. Also, what else happened? Kalen DeBoer, he hired Kevon Coleman, a former Mississippi State defensive back. He joined the Alabama Crimson Tide as a graduate assistant for the defensive backs. He was a defensive back for the Mississippi State Bulldogs from 2013 through 2016. Played in 49 career games with 23 starts. He was a starter his senior season. He had 188 tackles, 11 tackles for loss, 15 pass breakups, 3 interceptions during his career. Now remember, 2014 Mississippi State was ranked number 1 at one point into the season, and then they had to play my Alabama Crimson Tide, and we all know what happened there. So hey, Alabama ruined a lot of things for a lot of teams. That's just what they do. But anyway, he was, matter of fact, he was Jaleel Hurley's coach in Florence, Alabama, at Florence High School. Now Hurley came in with the 2023 class as a 4-star. He was a highly rated 4-star too. But anyway, when Coleman was coaching Jaleel Hurley had 56 tackles, 5 interceptions, 6 pass breakups, 2 forced fumbles, a fumble recovery, all during his senior season. All right, so pretty good daggone coach. He also coached at Hoover High School, and guess what? Else he can do? He can help Kalen DeBoer as far as recruiting, because guess what? He knows the South. He knows the South, and he has a pipeline to these high school kids. So that was a good hire, in my opinion. That's just me. So things is happening at the University of Alabama. And last but not least, this is a big part. Alabama head coach Kalen DeBoer hired William Ng as a linebackers coach. All right. William Ng, he was with Kalen DeBoer at Washington. All right, as an assistant head coach and defensive coordinator and linebackers coach for the past 2 seasons for Kalen DeBoer. And you know what kind of seasons they had at Washington? Both those seasons, they went 11-2 and 11-2 and 14-1 in those 2 seasons. So hey, it is what it is. 11-2, 25-3 the past 2 seasons. That's this guy as a defense coordinator at Washington. So hey, good things is happening at Alabama. But anyway, it says Ng also worked with DeBoer at Fresno State and Indiana previously. Ng was Fresno State's defensive coordinator, linebacker coach from 20 to 21 with DeBoer. Then 22, 23 with at Washington with DeBoer. Anyway, at Indiana, he was a special teams coordinator from 2018 to 2019. During the 2019 season, Kalen DeBoer, Kane Womack, and Ng were all on the Indiana staff. DeBoer was the what? Offensive coordinator. Womack was the defense coordinator. So, and now, Womack will be the defense coordinator for my Alabama Crimson Tide. But anyway, great things going on at Alabama. That's the Alabama football news that happened during the week. All right. Ryan Grubb leaving, no big deal. Like I said a while back when these guys was jumping in the transfer portal after Nick Saban retired, everybody replaceable. And I'm talking about coaches too. Everybody replaceable. All right, Scott Huff, offensive line coach, left. Hey, he replaceable. Everybody replaceable. All right, so it is what it is. Because our Alabama Crimson Tide going to continue to do Crimson Tide things. Doubt us if you want to, haters. How far have that gotten you? All that did, or is getting you, is playing that same record over and over and over. And that bitch been broke a long time. So hey, you can keep playing it. And you're going to keep getting disappointed. Roll damn Tide.